In today's video, we're going to be looking at scoring and the singles format. You may need to pause the video to see all of the tips. Singles is 1 versus 1. We use the baseline and the singles sidelines as our boundaries. Starting with format, the first point is played on the deuce side. Servers have 2 chances to make their serve. If they miss both, the returner wins the point, and each time a new point starts, the server should move to the opposite side. You can score a point in 3 ways: if the ball bounces twice, hits the net and does not go over, or lands out of bounds on the first bounce. Players can only hit the ball 1 time before it's got to go over the net. We use a combination of self-regulation and opposition calling to regulate play. Players call their opponent's shots in or out. Typically, we don't call the ball in, we only call it if it lands out. If it's in, keep playing. Now let's look at scoring. The points in tennis have the names love, 15, 30, 40, and game. Let's take a look at a game starting from love. You can see that we're on the deuce side to start, and the return goes out of bounds. 15 love. Notice that we've started on the ad side now. And this time the server hits it out. Now the score is 15-15, or you could say 15 all. Also notice that we've started back on the deuce side. You'll start to see that certain points are always played on either the deuce side or the ad side. Here the server hits the ground before it hits the net. This puts us at 15-30. You may notice that once the point starts, both players can move between the 2 sides. Just because you start on the ad side doesn't mean that that's the only place you can play for that point. You can use the whole court. Here, the returner misses, and that takes our score to 30-30, or 30 all. And we're back to the deuce side. Notice that while this ball looks like it might have landed out, the returner doesn't call it out, so you continue playing. This ball, however, is out of bounds. That brings our score to 30-40. Now you may have noticed that we always call the server's score first. This helps prevent any confusion about who's ahead. Since the first serve was out, the server now gets a second attempt. This ball bounces twice before the returner can get to it, so the server wins the point, bringing us to 40-40, or what's commonly called deuce. The return here is going to go out, and so the server wins the game. As you start to practice, play first to 6 games. Remember that the server calls the score, and after each game, switch servers. That's it for this week. Practice hard, have a good week, and we'll see you next time.